The world's first CROTAs and raid results are in. We now know who got world's first and how all the other subsequent teams and content creators did. Let's jump into the data. First up, we have SWEATCICLE and their team Elysium with their 4th world's first. Now they got CROTA beat within the challenge mode at 5 hours 50 minutes, exactly 1 minute and 4 seconds faster than the second team. It was that close. That was how close the raid race was. Could you imagine the intensity of those two teams going head to head and just a 1 minute time difference? That's crazy to think about. Now we're going to look up some of the others here. First, we'll look up myself. We just did a content creator tier list and I ranked all the different raiders and content creators out there that do the day one raid races, all the ones that are popular for it, and we'll see how accurate our rankings were. So my team was able to pull it off at 305th place. So we made it top 306 teams, I guess you could say, at 15 hours and 33 minutes. So, you know, just a few hours slower than SWEATCICLE's team. I mean, we were really nipping at their heels with that one, you know? That's where we're at. 15 hours is how long it took us to get ours beat. But it was a tough challenge. So I actually feel really proud of that clear, even though it seems like it's not that impressive with 15.5 hours. Let's go ahead and look up Datos Team. Datos Team came in almost top 100. They got 106th place. Fell quite short of world's first this time. Almost at the 12-hour mark, 11 hours, 54 minutes. So definitely a lot slower than SWEATCICLE's team. SWEATCICLE's team was ridiculously fast if you think about that. Like, those teams that are at the top are just so light years ahead of everyone else because they're just so efficient at DPS, so efficient at ad clear and everything else. Now we're going to go look at some of the other popular content creators that we put in our tier list. We got Sweatsicle got it beat with, apparently they got SWEATCICLE and Gigs on their team. I had to substitute some people out, but they ended up getting it beat. They literally got the world's first raider on their team. That's funny. And then they were able to beat it at 17 hours 31 minutes, 440th place. There's Sweatsicle's placement. Let's see how everyone else did. We got AZTECROSS. AZTECROSS got it beat at 988th place at 1 day 2 hours, so didn't quite get the 24-hour clear, but did get it beat. It looks like the next day, so probably went to sleep, woke up the next day. Who else is out here sweating out here? What other content creators are out here trying to get this day one raid beat? RickKass here. Looks like RickKass hasn't beaten it yet. No clear for him. See where GernaderJake's at. I always find it fun to see how the raid race goes for other people, because sometimes it goes well for me, sometimes it goes off. GernaderJake had a good one. He finished at 14 hours, 224th place. Well, should I look up, chat? Look up Glad. Glad was with Sweatsicle. We're gonna look up all the people that we put in our tier list here. It's like Fallout didn't beat it in the first 24 hours, hasn't beat it yet. Let's see if Gathalion is out here sweating. He might be playing, the other problem is a lot of people are playing Starfield. A lot of people playing Starfield out here. Gathalion, yeah. Then, let's see. Esoteric is a solo Destiny legend, so we'll look up him. Esoteric's team beat it at 16 hours, 35 minutes, 369th place. That's just, it's crazy seeing the stark contrast between all the content creators and then these, like, sweaty speedrunners. Look at these guys. 5 hours, 50 minutes, 5 hours, 51 minutes. These guys are fast. These guys are crazy. I see a lot of these names regularly up here too. Like, these guys are very commonly within the top 25. Top 50, a lot of common names. It was definitely a speedy one for some people. For most people though, I think we were out here struggling. Most people were not having a good time out here. Let me look up some other people that we have here on our short list here. We got Clyde. Clyde's out here at 23 hours 43 minutes. Hopefully they didn't stay up that long. 24 hours, 848th place. This was a brutal day one raid race. This day one raid race tested people. There wasn't a content creator team. Usually some, like, Datto usually finishes like pretty well, right? Even he was at like the 12-hour mark. This one tested people. Clyde stayed up for 26 hours to beat that. Oh my god, that's crazy. I would have done the same if we weren't beating it though. I would have stayed up for sure. I would have kept staying up. I wouldn't have quit. I would have just stayed up 26 hours. It's not entirely people's fault too. Like, one little thing goes wrong, you know, or you start getting tired and exhaustion starts playing a factor. You make more mistakes when you're exhausted. Error codes is an issue. My game crashed, friend's game crashed, stuff like that. You can look up some other people here. Who else we got? We got PvP legend ZKMushroom in here. ZK beat this. ZK didn't beat it in the first 24 hours. Some people might still beat it because there is a 48-hour emblem, so keep that in mind. And then we got the last one to look up here. We got Byf, the lore legend, self-proclaimed lore daddy. Didn't quite beat it on this one. Nope. It's tough. It's tough. The CRota day one raid race claimed the sanity of many content creators. Because it was tough. This was no easy raid race, that's for sure. In fact, we got some statistics here. It was, let me give you the exact numbers. It was less than than 900 teams Crota's end in the first 24 hours of the contest mode. In Root of Nightmares, in comparison, right? So less than 900 for Crota, right? Less than 900. Root of Nightmares, by the 24-hour mark, had 17,451 clears. That's the difference of the difficulty between the two of these. Holy, that was a crazy, crazy contest mode. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Did you complete it? Did you have fun? You think it was a little too hard? Are you looking forward to the final shape raid that Bungie has been testing out? They wanted to make it pretty difficult. It's going to be almost as difficult as this one, I think. We'll see. Will you be grinding for that one? Will you be ready? Will you have those god rolls? Will you have those builds ready next time? Comment that down below. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.